Hey guys, it's me, Diego, going live from Studio 22.2, well, Studio 22 at McGill School of Music. So I have been improving my 3D panel with the Leap Motion using SPAT in Maximus P. So what I did, I put a couple of features and started kind of making it look like an actual app. So for example, I have stuff like turning on the leap, and I started working with relative control. So relative control is kind of like the mouse, as in, it doesn't matter if you go like that, that would be absolute control. It's more about what you do when you move. So if I do like this, the pointer in my screen is just gonna go up and down. So same thing, same principle. I have it so my letter Z on the keyboard is the gate. So if I do this, nothing happens, right? But if I press it, then it's gonna start moving. And now, so even if I move my hand and I press it, it shouldn't move, right? It shouldn't move. There you go. But only when I move it. So I'm gonna put my hand in an arbitrary position, and then from there it's gonna do the change. So that's relative control here, which is, I think, has to work that way, because absolute control, you don't have actual control. You just put your hand and it starts like putting the source there. Let's start getting some music going here. I don't know if I showed this last video, but now it's 22.0 without subs. Okay, so if you were here in the room, you could actually hear, the speakers, the sound going to these speakers. Okay, so I got a range dial here. So I'm pretty sure you think what you think is right. So if I have low range, even if I do big displacements, let's exaggerate here for a second. So even if I move it a lot, as you can see, the sound source moves really little. The sound source is this little ball right here. You can also watch it over here, right? So it moves very little, right? So if I put the dial of the range in high value, so even if I move it really slowly, it's gonna move, it's gonna make a really big displacement. So that's nice. I usually have it like in the middle, right? A sign of a good dial is like the sweet middle. Then I have a waltz option on and off. So yeah, because with SPAT, you can make it so it sounds like outside the box, right? So it starts working with the reverb and the presence and other kinds of parameters. That's done in SPAT, which is the object that's taking care of all the panning, vector-based approach panning. And if I lose it, I have this reset button that puts it on 000, which is right in the middle. As you can see, most of the speakers are going off. So if I put the walls back on, then as you can see, even if I go way beyond the boundaries of the cube, it stays inside the cube, which is good for, like, if I want to go right at the bottom speaker, right at the front. Snap to speakers option is coming soon, but that's definitely something that I'm gonna have to implement. So if you're close to the speaker, so it goes dead on, right? That's just with coordinates, because right now, even though the control is very, very accurate, like I can put it exactly where I want it, you still get some sound from the other speakers, probably because it's not right dead center. Okay, so center, reset and walls and everything. Then the last one is not working yet properly. It only works for the X. So it's a snap to dimensions. So when I put it on, as you can see, it snaps to the X. So it's gonna identify the acceleration of which dimension it goes faster, and then it should just it's not doing it now for some reason. Let's see if this actually makes it. Oh yeah. Okay, I had to put the threshold. This is gonna be how much acceleration is needed to know that that's the one you're gonna snap to. So as you can see now, it's snapping to the X, right? So I can make it very clear, left to right, wherever I am. So once it's working properly, it's gonna identify if I start moving more on the Y, the Z or the Y, then it's gonna open up that dimension and close the other ones, right? So right now for the X is perfect, but there's something about it that I have to work on. So that's basically it. Doesn't look like much, but that relative control really makes it work very well. And it could be as a button, and it could be whatever you want. All right, so that's it for right now. Thanks.